Hey everybody, a Retro Geek Dad here, back with another toy review. This time we're looking at the Mondo Exclusive 1/6 scale Deluxe He-Man. I picked this up from Mondo. Retail, you ready for this? It's $260. Now with that being said, we have a 12-inch He-Man figure that comes with the accessories to do a total of 3 He-Man figures, if that makes any sense. It came in the other day, so I wanted to kind of do a unboxing and review. I do have some other Mondo He-Man figures, so if anybody's interested in seeing a review of those, I've been kind of picking and choosing with this line just because of the price point. But this is the box that it gets shipped in. Now on the other side is like my address and everything, but I just kind of wanted to show this. So it does get damaged on the way. I have noticed that with this one and with previous ones. So I'm not real happy with how they ship these out, just because they're so expensive. And you know, if you're an inbox collector, the packaging could get damaged through this. But luckily, hopefully mine's not. But we're going to open this up, do a review, check them out, and see what we got. So stay tuned. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to kind of give everybody an idea. Got a tape measure here as to how big this box actually is. So it comes in at about 14 and 3/4, 14 inches and 3/4 in height. In width, it is about 12, a little less than 12.5 inches. Depth wise is it's about 5 inches, about 5 inches in depth. But it's a pretty decent sized box. And like I said, this is a 12-inch He-Man figure. But we're going to open it up and do kind of an unboxing and review. So just kind of bear with me, since this is such a large figure. I'm going to try, to do my review without like bumping the camera or something. So just kind of bear with me. We're going to go ahead and open up the bottom here. Okay. So we've got little protectors for the corners here. Okay. So we got our corners. Okay, spin him around. It's a heavy boy. Okay, raise the camera so we can take a look at this awesome packaging. So here we have our 3 He-Mans. Now we do get 1 He-Man figure, and he should come in his regular outfit, but then we have the accessories for Thunder Punch He-Man and Battle Armor He-Man. So it's really exciting, especially the Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch He-Man is one of my personal favorite variations of He-Man. So I'm real excited to see how it looks. But take a look at the package. So we do have 1/6 scale collector figure. And then at the bottom's got the He-Man Deluxe. And then on the back, we've got by the Power of Grayskull. Just a little description here if you want to pause to read it. And then the other side, same as the other, the 1/6 scale, and then the He-Man at the bottom. At the top, it's just the Masters logo. And then on the other side, at the bottom, We have the UPC code and the Mondo information. So We also do have the Mondo Exclusive little foil sticker here at the top. So we'll go ahead. Now this opens right here on the side. Now this is magnetic, so it opens. So we're just going to open this up real quick. Okay, so right here we have a like a photograph of the He-Man figure itself in front of this awesome looking Castle Grayskull. That's pretty cool. I know usually they have like a description of the figure, like a little background of the figure here, like on the other Mondo figures. So on this side, right here, we have the actual figure. So we do have a couple of different heads, some hands. There are two power swords. One, the regular power sword, and the Thunder Punch power sword. It's kind of a translucent orangish yellow kind of color. So I'm real excited to get into this and check it out. So stay tuned, and we're going to get him open and see what we got. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this. Like I said, it's got magnets on it, so it can just kind of snap back. This open. Got a little tab here. Okay. All right, so got our He-Man here. And it is in this little plastic, like, not sure what this is called, but it's the segmented pieces, like what the pieces sit in. But there's two of them. So we'll set one to the side. So over here on the bottom, camera in. Okay, so we have our Thunder Punch He-Man armor, and these are the bracers for the Thunder Punch armor. We have the shield. We have the battle armor. This is the Thunder Punch effect that goes on his hand. We do have the battle axe. This is actually a piece, it's kind of a throwback piece to the pop caps that were used for the Thunder Punch He-Man, their vintage figure. We have the Thunder Punch shield. On the back here we have the stand. That's what that piece is there. So that's the bottom half. Move this. And then for right here, see if I can get the camera adjusted some. Okay, so right here we have our He-Man figure. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off. This is the little cover for it. We've got some paper, like old plastic here, kind of keeping the figure protected. Take that out. Okay, so we have our He-Man figure here. We've got a like a vintage style He-Man head, a growling head, kind of a snarling head. We have the different hands here, the regular power sword. These are the chest pieces for the battle armor. We have his boot knife here, and then this is the power sword for the Thunder Punch He-Man. So I'll go ahead and check out the He-Man. So that's this side. So here is our He-Man. Okay, so we have our He-Man here. Of course I have him laying down, so it'll be a little easier to shoot. But he does have a lot of really good detail. I do have the first He-Man that Mondo had put out, and this is a far superior figure. The other one was, it had a lot of flaws on it, in my opinion, especially the head. I know a lot of people didn't care for the head, but in my opinion, already this is an improvement to that figure. But we'll just kind of give it a look over. Now, he does have like a fur loincloth and fur on top of the boots here. The armor here is pretty good. It's got a lot of detail in it. It's got some like battle damage, like paint scuffed on the armor. Looks pretty good. There's the back of the figure. And then the buckles on the straps for the armor. It's really cool. So, looks really cool. The close-up of the buckles. Really cool. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look. So the armor, it's kind of an up close of it. So there's the buckles for the back, and the gauntlets here, or the bracers. And his loincloth is made out of fur, or furry. And there's the boots. So really cool, and the face is pretty good. Really good face sculpt. I do know that I've seen some issues online where right here in the waist that there's been separation where the figure just kind of comes apart. A few forums I've seen of people have had that happen to them. So if for some reason that does happen to you, just contact Mondo and they should send a replacement out. So hopefully mine's not like that. But I do want to go over articulation real quick, kind of get that out of the way. So on the head we do have a ball joint where we can swap out the other heads, which we'll do in a minute. The arms, we do have a joint here, so we do have rotation. Pretty good, solid movement. It kind of clicks in. Right here at the bicep, we have rotation there. There's some rotation. We've got a rotation right here at the elbow. And then the elbow itself. So I know on some of, like specifically the first He-Man I had, where the joints were, where you would move the joints, there was a lot of paint rub because they had painted the joints themselves, which doesn't seem to be the issue here. Should I get my lights? There we go. There was an issue, you know, with you move the joints, the paint would come off. With the hands are on kind of a ball joint here, so there is pretty good movement. And we can swap the hands out. But right there, if it'll show it, that's what I was talking about with the paint rub. You see how just bending the arm makes the paint kind of come off. So, yeah, I thought that might have been fixed there. Just to show up. There we go. So, I don't care for that. You see there's already some paint right there. So for 200 and right there. So there is like where the paint can, more paint, where it can rub up against the dark spots and get paint transfer. But yeah, those are some things that I think Mondo needs to address, especially for the cost of these figures. Because $240 right there, paint where it rubs from the paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. So to take this off, they just kind of snap in right here. And of course the head pops off so that we can take that off. There's a lot of paint rubbing. I don't want there to be any more. Back to the joints, we have a joint here. So there is some slight rotation there. The waist, like what I said earlier, a lot of people, theirs are coming apart right here. But mine doesn't appear to be, so there is some twisting there. Let's see if I can adjust this lighting real quick. Okay, hopefully that will be a little bit better. But, I'm not sure, yeah. It's just that paint rub's really bugging me, especially for the cost of the figure. Back to articulation, so the legs, they're actually on ball joint, so there is pretty good movement there. The knees are double jointed. Oh, his foot just came off. So look at that. I have to glue that on. So, and then right there on the back of the legs, there's already some there. See the paint, or the paint scuffs off. His foot came off. I have to glue that back on. Yeah, for $240, or what was it, 260? Yeah, $260. That's a lot of quality issues there. So, bugs me about the paint. You can see on this one where they painted over the joint, because it's still paint next to it. See, you know, you see the paint starting to tear when you try to bend it. Well, let's take a look at the articulation in the foot. So we do have pretty good movement there. There is some side to side. So, yeah. There's the articulation in the foot. Stick that back on. I'll glue that later. So let's check out the different heads. So that's the regular head. We do have the kind of snarling head. There's that. Pretty good. Kind of like that one better. And then of course they threw in the vintage style head, which probably is going to look goofy. Yep. It just looks really goofy to me. It's almost like it's too small. But if you wanted to use that one, you could. And let's see. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and check out some of the other armor and see what we got. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out the battle armor. Bring that down some. So the battle armor, it's got kind of this metallic paint on it, and there is some like weathering on it, so that's pretty cool. Real detailed, and it is magnetic, so there are magnets in it. So it does have magnetic closure. And then here on the front we have our pieces here, like the chest piece, and they've got magnets in them. So there's that. So it's pretty good magnet. It's just got a little wiggle to it, not much. And we do have the undamaged, and then it did come with the actual battle damage. So that's pretty cool. I've also there's been some concerns too about the magnets, where the magnets have been coming out. So we just have to keep an eye on those, because they can get lost. They're pretty powerful magnets, but I have read some of the forums where these magnets have come off the plates. So just be wary of that. So we're going to go with the undamaged. I also wanted to take a look at his boot knife. So this is a little knife that goes around his ankle on his boot. The original He-Man, the Mondo He-Man, it was kind of already attached, but this kind of pays homage to the mini comic He-Man. So that's pretty cool. And that just kind of slip on his foot. And mine's a little loose as far as the strap goes, so mine's not wanting to stay, so I probably won't even bother using this anyway. Yeah, man. There we go. So yeah, strap on mine's a little loose. You can probably tighten it or something, but it looks like it's missing the there's a little strap holder there. It looks like it's missing that one. So that's weird. Okay, so yep, it looks like it's broke on something. I'll have to see if there's a piece on the package or something. Take a look at this power sword too. So this is the regular power sword. Really cool looking. Detail on the straps. A little paint transfer there. Huh. That's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and put the armor on him. Raise this up some. Oh, take a look at the battle axe. We'll take a look at the battle axe and the shield too. So there is the battle axe. Pretty cool detail on that. Kind of weathered and battle damaged. That's pretty cool. And then the shield, it's pretty similar to the first release He-Man shield. It just looks a little more banged up. And here on the back. And oh, that needs to be glued. So that's not glued in. I know on the first He-Man release that the actual handle for the shield was separate. I know it was a big problem with me when I was trying to get it posed, as it kept coming undone, but it looks like they've glued it in so that it stays put. But I have to fix that. Looks like there was probably, I don't know, maybe a little bit of glue there, but pretty good. So we'll go ahead and we'll put on the battle armor. So do that piece on the back. There we go. His hair was in the way. So there is the battle armor. So that looks really cool. His foot fell off again. So that looks really cool. I like how that looks. Go ahead and we'll change out his hands. Pop off that hand, so that's just the closed fist. And of course his bracer comes off. And we'll go with the open hand. So we'll put that there. And swap out this hand for the other hand that grabs. Okay. So just disregard the foot. I'll fix that later. So we'll put his axe in his hand. This get off. There we go. And we'll do the shield too. So I know with the shield, his hand doesn't want to quite go under, so I know with the original or the first release He-Man, I had to take the hand off, and you have it have the hand grab the shield. Like that. There we go. And turn that. There we go. And then slide that through there, and then put the hand in. And of course I'll have to glue that. So like that. Arm like that. Like that. Let's take a look. So there is our battle armor He-Man. With the sword, or not the sword, the axe and the shield. So that's pretty cool. He can. I don't care for the Mondo stands. I prefer mine to kind of pose on their own, just because it looks really goofy. Kind of takes away from the figure. But there is the battle armor He-Man. It's pretty cool. Really detailed. It's good to photograph. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we'll check him out with the power sword. Take the axe out of his hand. Put the power sword in. There we go. So that's pretty cool. This is definitely a good figure to take photos of. Really good. You know, dynamic, sharp edges and stuff to take pictures of. But yeah, I mean, he looks really good in just the battle armor. But I'm really excited to see him in the Thunder Punch. So we're going to go ahead and take this off and get ready to put the Thunder Punch armor on. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the armor for the Thunder Punch He-Man. So there is the Thunder Punch He-Man armor, and on the back we have the little dial piece. The vintage figure, you know, you could put a cap in here and twist it and do the Thunder Punch feature. And the way it connects, it just has these little pegs here. That's a really cool emblem on the front. A lot of battle damage and, you know, some wear on it. So I'll go ahead and put this on. Now this one, I'm going to just slip over. And just kind of pop those in on the back. That one. So there is the Thunder Punch armor. Okay. And then he does have these bracers. So they've got like some metallic flakes in them. Looks like a little gold and silver flakes in them. So these will replace the bracers he has currently. Go ahead, switch those out. And we'll replace his leg or his foot. Popping off. So there are the bracers. So we'll take a look at the power sword. So here is the power sword for the Thunder Punch He-Man, and as you can tell, it's kind of like an orangish yellow. There's the regular one. That's pretty cool that they included the power sword from the figure, the original figure. And we have this was like the shield for the Thunder Punch He-Man. It's got a lot of good detail on it. And noticing that the height to put his hand in is a little bit bigger than the other one. Luckily this one's not come undone. But it also comes with this. So this is kind of a throwback to the original vintage figure, where you could put a pop cap in the back here, and you could turn it, and as you turned it, you could pull his fist back, and he'd go forward, and it would pop the cap like a thunder punch. It's a little novelty thing, but it was pretty cool. But the extra pop cap, you could store it in a shield, kind of like that. So that's cool that they kind of included that little like throwback to the vintage figure. And then you could take a power sword and put it through here, so he could hold all of it while he did the thunder punch. That's pretty cool. Right there we go. So it kind of slides in there like that, so that's pretty cool. And he does come with a thunder punch fist, so that plugs into the hand piece. There's not a fist in there, it's just where it's glued in, but that can replace the punch fist. So we'll go ahead and check that out. Okay, put his foot back on. So there is the thunder punch hand. You can kind of, like he's punching. It looks pretty cool. It's a neat little effect. You could probably get some good pictures of him, throwing the punch, and kind of highlight these, the little tendrils. So that's pretty cool. So it shows the dynamic of, the thunder punch itself. So. And he did come with a pointer finger, so I didn't show this one off earlier, but he does come with a finger to point. If you could have him pointing at something, I guess. I'm sure somewhere it will come in handy. But every time I see the pointer finger, I immediately think he's fixing to pick his nose or something. But there's that. If you want to use that, we'll go back to the grabbing hand. We'll check out the power sword, and go ahead and swap out the shield in his hand. So we'll use the same technique where we just take the hand off and it holds the shield. Of course I drop it. Coming over that to the top, we'll slide his hand down. There we go. There's pretty good wiggle room there. Put his foot back on. And stand, there we go. So there is Thunder Punch He-Man with his shield and sword. There we go. So that's pretty cool. I really like the Thunder Punch. I'm kind of torn between the Thunder Punch and the Battle Armor. I'll probably go with the Thunder Punch when I display it, just because I've already got a few Thunder Punch He-Mans, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, you know, it's a pretty cool figure. A lot of versatility. Definitely some quality control issues. You know, with the joints, you know, the leg, which, I mean, I can just super glue that back on, but you know, for $260, there shouldn't be this many issues. You know, with the joints and the paint coming off, I mean, you can kind of see down here if it shows up. I mean, there's paint pieces, you know, there's pieces of fur from the loincloth. You know, it's just, you know, for that much money, there shouldn't be this many issues. It's kind of irritating just because we've had so many Mondo figures in this line come out that, you know, small things like the paint on the joints, that stuff should have already been addressed this many figures into the line. I do know that we have a deluxe Skeletor coming out, so it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how, if there's any improvements on that versus the previous, you know, Skeletor releases. But all in all, I'm a little happy with it. Not too happy with the quality issues, you know, the quality control issues. I really wish that there would have been a opportunity to order just the accessories. I know that they wanted to kind of redo the He-Man because there were so many complaints, but I would have been fine with the original He-Man, but with the, you know, the weapons and accessories. You know, do like a weapons and accessories pack. But you know, I'm pretty happy with it. I do have Battle Cat coming eventually, so it's going to be pretty neat to see him on top of Battle Cat. Hopefully by then I'll have a bigger area to shoot videos in, so that we'll be able to see him better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like my content, you know, just give me a thumbs up, give me a follow, you know, drop a comment if you want to. But I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.